Hello and welcome to this edition of Big Scott 35. Today, this is Saturday, 12/24. Happy Christmas Eve to everybody. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate or do not celebrate. Good, have a nice weekend. I think most people have a 4-day weekend, unless you're in the service industry and you get probably half a day today and tomorrow off. So I've done plenty of that. I am lucky enough to be off for 4 days. I hope everybody's safe in the weather this week. So glad I'm not in Iowa. Feeling for you guys out there right now. I know this isn't nothing for y'all, but still, it's I know it's really cold, and I don't know if you're getting the snow, but I know it's really cold for you guys, and it's never fun working that graveyard shift, and it's negative 30 wind chill, and you got to go out and thaw something. So just be careful, fellas. Thinking about y'all, and but anyway, back to this week review. This is going to be a week review, a weekend review, and also talk about my past year. And man, a lot went on, a lot flew by, and I'll be getting into more of that in a little while. First, let's talk about the week, my hobby week, my YouTube channel week. Started off awesome Sunday night with Carlos and Bobbles. Man, I knew I knew they would talk to each other because they're good friends. They talk several times a day, every day. But I did not tell them that I invited them, right? Each other. That's kind of where the spy versus spy in my head. I just know, like, oh, you invite two people on and then you put like spy versus spy, or it's going to be something like that, or the last word or something. But we just had a good time talking about the hobby, the ridiculousness of it, and it was a good hour of not being serious about the hobby, because to me, I get serious at work. My work is very serious. It could go bad very quickly. So I don't need that in my hobby. When I come home, it is time for me. That's why I'm a kid. I'm a kid out. Even at work, we joke around, but when it's time to work and it's time to do the work, you gotta know what's going on. So when I get home, it's the seriousness is out the window. Unless something comes up and I got to be serious. But when it comes to my hobby, the last thing I want is sit around and talk about. We had enough shenanigans and stuff during the COVID and the 2 years of shutdowns and stuff, and yeah, we're not back to where it was before, and it's time for everybody to come to grips with that. So, and decide how to spend your hobby money. And I'll talk next week is going to be next year's review. I'm hoping to have a couple of friends on. I'll get to that next week. But so I try to stay focused. That's my big thing right now. I just so happy to talk about the hobby. Talk Carlo, like I said, Bobbles, awesome hour. If you haven't had a chance to see it, I know an hour is a long time. Cards, driving to a relative's house. It was just a fun one. It was a good one. You should take a few, break it up, whatever. Take some time, watch it fast. Watch it at 1.5. I know that'll make Carlos really go really fast, but I don't talk fast. Let's see. So then Wednesday, I've had a busy week. So I've been pre-recording like way in advance, trying to get all my stuff in. So Wednesday showed off some cards. That's kind of what I do on Wednesdays. So that was a good one. People really enjoyed it. Got some good feedback from people. Love that. Thursday, Nerdy Thursday. Oh, well, both days was pickups from the show. Talked about the show, where, you know, I'm letting that one. I'm not going to voice a hard opinion on that show because it was just a lot of stuff going on. Other shows, a big show the week before, Christmas, you know, it was cold here, a lot colder than what they're used to. Believe me, it's getting below freezing for 2 days, and they are freaking out here. They think everything's going to freeze, pipes, everything. It's been kind of funny. So, you know, it is what it is. Got to take the precautions. I know my pipes ain't buried like they were, but I'm in an apartment, so if I just have my heat on, I should be fine. Outside of that, that is their issue because this apartment is, we don't have a basement to it. It's on the floor, so it's on the ground. So I don't know how far below, you know, through the slab that went to dig it. That's got to be an issue on them, I guess. That's a good thing about being in an apartment, I guess. Let's see. So, you know, showed off all my cards from the show. I was really happy with that. Got to talk to people at the show. Wasn't that busy, so I could sit there and really chat them up a little bit. Got some great deals, some great cards. Didn't spend a lot. Didn't go and get anything real crazy. I didn't get anything crazy at all. You know, had fun. So when I think January, there's another. See, that's the problem around here. Is not the problem. That's they have big shows about once a month or in driving of about an hour from me. So if not more, and I don't know if that's what's taken away or what, but you know, I'll keep an eye out and talk about it more later. Let's see, and then that leads us to today. You know, Nerdy Thursday. That did that. You know, that was pickups basically from that weekend. I picked up 3 figures and some video games from a cool retro store in the city I don't get to very often. I did see where Wake Forest plays football, baseball, basketball. Beautiful stadiums. TV does no justice for the football stadium. It's beautiful. Kudos to Wake Forest. Very nice. I'm going to have to go over and check out the stadium. I couldn't see the field. It's kind of down in you walk into the top of the stadium and then go down. So really, the way it's bricked wall, it's a lot of ACC schools are like that with the red brick around here. So I'm gonna have to go over and check out some games this year, especially when Virginia comes to town. So had a good time with that, and so let's see. Let's talk about my year in review. Year in review. Wow, I mean, this year flew by, but since I moved, it feels like I had a long year. I'm sitting there and I talked to Carlos the other night, you know, man, how do you remember everything you bought for the year? He said, you know, go back and look at your videos. And I was like thinking to myself, well, if I got to do that, then it wasn't that special to me. But I know before I left, we were still kind of reeling from the COVID and not having huge, you know, I didn't buy anything huge. I went to a few shows in Iowa before I left. I did get to go to Des Moines like the week before I left to their bigger show there. You know, didn't pick up nothing huge there. Just hung out with my friends and you know, basically just enjoyed my last week in Iowa. Then came on here and, you know, learned the lay of the land really quick. Found score more cards. Very good store. I ended up picking this up on my first visit there on the Johnny Bench. This is the Celebrations postcards, Press Still 1989. Makes me look at those a little bit more, but I haven't really gone down that rabbit hole, so I'm kind of glad. It scared me at first. A lot of people in this hobby in our community do love these. I love them, but I have other stuff, and I'm trying to be focused, and I'll talk more about it in a later video. But yeah, very nice. Love that pickup. It's where I walk in my door. I got a row of stuff there, and it kind of, I look at that and I'm like, that's pretty cool. And this one here, this pickup here. So I know I'm skipping along because I moved here in May, right? Yeah. So not much in the early part. Picked that up when I got here. And then I went to my first big show here in Hickory. First time I met Natsman in person. That's the picture at the beginning of my videos. And got this right here. It's an authenticated tag-ons. Wasn't a lot of sales on this when I was looking it up. Or I had Mike looking it up. I was talking to Don. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. So I got this Roberto Clemente 1960 tag-ons, and another one that's in my line of sight when I walk into my front door. And it's a very special pickup. As a special day, hanging out with Natsman, and me and him just laughing, having a great time. And yeah, that was a good day, and got to pick that up. Met some great people. Natsman showed me the way on how to talk. I'm a great talker, but yeah, he takes the cake on that one. And we'll just continue with some shows, show pickups. Went to the National, and my first biggest thing, and I'll talk to at the National, but I'm going to just share some pickups, and then I'll go back over some goals and stuff like that in a minute. But I picked up this right here, Ashley Eichstein and D. Bradley Baker. Shout out to Ed Weskergriff for showing me where this was at. Me and him went over, talked that dude up, got a good deal. Ed didn't think I asked a low price. Like, we walked away, and he goes, I didn't think he was going to sell it. I didn't think he'd do that, but I got it. But shout out to Ed for showing me that. And our Japanese salesman, he's not Japanese, Prestige. Awesome fella. You always got to check him out. I ended up picking up a Mets game ticket in the 60s. They went over and played a couple of teams over there. So I have that over yonder. I'm going to one day send that to PSA to get it put in plastic, because that's like the only best way to keep it. But I ended up getting this Japanese postcard, Star Wars. Look at the back. And Bobbles, he sent me, I think, a link to some more of these one day. I didn't have the money that day, but yeah, this is the tops, and it's Yamakatsu large win, but it looks like a postcard. It's not a postcard. Oh, it's Tops chewing gum, 20th Century Fox down at the bottom. So it's even. That's awesome. 1977. So those two pickups, and I'll go over National, some other things I did at the National, because that's not it. And then let's see. Well, I forgot Score More later in the year. I busted out, got this 1/1 Pete Alonso. That's not huge, but Mets fan pulling that out of a box where you can only pulls one card, and you get that. And then I got this out of a Mandalorian, not Mandalorian, I forget. It's the It's man, I've had everybody trying to find out. I think I did pull out of the Mandalorian, but it's a trifold. It's a it doesn't it's not numbered, but it's a case hit, and it is a one of one. So, and it's of the Mandalorian. Love it. Nina, shout out, giving me the idea to put that in that type of uh, uh, case, because man, to send that to PSA, I think would be $100, and then I don't know, it doesn't have a price. So if PSA decided it was 1,500, I guess I'd have to pay $175. I guess you know how PSA is; it's kind of hard to figure them out. And it was too big for SGC, and I think, man, I don't think they're even, because they're also trying to cut down on the big plastic. Let's see. So we'll go back. Oh, and then Chantilly, talking about shows. Chantilly, great time hanging out with Bobbles, James Gilliam. Man, miss Snoop. Loved him. Kicked myself in the butt for missing him. Missed Enough Said cards. And I was a day late for seeing Mike. Mike, decided he was going to go by there they were in the area. So he just got there a day early to go to that. But I picked up this Carlson, John Carlson auto. It's out of 25. He's my favorite cap. Love some Carlson. But I picked up, I just pulled that out. So I picked up a lot of hockey. And at that show, I talked about the gentleman before. My gosh, did he really help me out a lot. And you're really appreciative. He wasn't out to, he was out to make money. That's why he was helping me, to spend money with you. But he wasn't out to price gouge me. He was there to help me, for me to get the right stuff and come back and see him the next time. Because I was, talking to him, I go, was planning on going to other shows, this, that, and the other. I saw him at the National, couldn't get to his table. So he knows I go to shows. So, it's not in his best interest to try to screw me if I want to see him again and talk to you guys about him. Because if he would have screwed me, I probably would have remembered his name. I'm forgetting, okay, right here, National Pickup. That's my favorite pickup of the year, of probably my life right now. Really love it. My autograph picture of Gary Carter, Yogi Berra, Johnny Bench, Carlton Fisk. Just amazing. I'm so happy to have that. It's just one of those things, as a collector, it's just, you look at it, and I'm sure a lot of people are like, yeah, but for me, that's two of my favorite all times. And then you got four of the greatest catchers and four of the greatest people and four people that just are just great people of the game, ambassadors of the game. To me, it's awesome. Next up is going to be sort of working. Well, let me do this too. At the National, before I get too far, my greatest probably pull at the National was this SP of Julio Rodriguez, probably my second best pull or third best pull behind the other two. Just thought I'd show that because I open up product and it's just, you feel like you get punched in the old gonads a lot. But, I've been doing really well. And you got to just take the entertainment value of it and just go, is this, worth it? And for the most time for me, it is. Because I'm not going to go and overpay tremendously. I'm not going to really blow a budget for it. So next is going to be like items I've been working on, collections I've been working on. So Gary Carter, y'all know Gary Carter's my number one. I bought a collection. It was 6 boxes, I think, of 2 rows. Man, and it took my count for Carters from less than 400 or right at 400 to, I think now I got 1,400. So I added almost 1,000, I think, Carters that I didn't have, and because you know I've talked about it before. I never collected, always a Carter collector, but I collected everything. I wanted all the players. I just didn't go after Carters, and I just didn't know that was a thing. Me and my friends, yeah, you liked your players, but collecting one, I never knew what a super collector was until I talked to JT. Started watching Triple Crown a little bit. I say Triple Crown. So, you know, that's something new for me in the last 4 or 5 years. And it's okay to be like that. So, and I'm still trying to get my mind wrapped around it. But in my current time, you know, I also collect some others. I started for Johnny Bench. I started with PSA. My words are leaving me. But anyway, I started one with him. But, you know, I collect Pete Alonso rookie, 475, that image and the image variations of that in the Chrome and in the flagship. But I'm also picking up as many and getting them graded and picking them up as his rookie cards, just straight up. Now, this is an image variation. I have no idea right now how many rookies I have of him. I know it's well in the hundreds. I know it's more than that. And I know that I think there's like 1,200 rookies of him. And a lot of them are autographs, a lot of stuff I've never see or be able to have in my collection. But yeah, I just wanted to show that. I have 2 475s images out. One of them is Chrome. What's the Chrome number? 204. I should have that in my brain. So I have a black and white negative coming back. That's at PSA. My God, it's been there. I don't know how long now. And then I have the Father's Day one has arrived at my parents' house. I will be getting it Saturday when I get there. And the reason why is because I guess when it goes to verification, it won't go to a PO box, or it did say, maybe I'm wrong, but this was the first one I did, and it said this salesperson does not send to a PO box. I don't know why. Why not go to a PO box? I don't understand it. But since that wouldn't happen, I didn't feel comfortable sending it to my apartment. My apartment box is a square box that's this big. So I don't know how big the package is, but if it doesn't go in that, then I don't know what they would do with it. I don't want them laying it at my door. I've been waiting. It's only 25 of them out there, and I've been waiting for 4 years to get this card. I would be a little upset. So it's safe at my dad's house. He has not opened it, but I will let y'all know on my next live stream how that went, because I already told you how I feel about that. But it is semi in with me. I talked to my dad today. Next is going to be the 71. Here's just one of the more iconic cards in the 71 collection, the Thurman Munson. So I have this one in a 4. They're hard cards to grade. They're hard cards to find. Some of them, you'll find base cards that are in a certain spot and where it was cut off of a page. It's more expensive, and you just try to find somebody that might not know what they have. So I didn't know all of this when I got into it. I just wanted the 71 set because that's the year I was born. And I'm not a huge whole set collector. I like some insert sets if I really like them, like catchers or goalkeepers or something like that. In uni, I will, wearing the gear, I will collect that set. I got a mascot hockey set I thought was really, really cool. Insert set. think I got it completed yet. I've been working on it, but they're way in the back burner. One thing I did do at the National this year is completed my Mets 60s and 70s run of flagship tops. I'm not going to bring that out. One day I might do a, show them off. I'm almost done with the 80s now. My goal was to try to get to the 80s by the end of this year. But I get sidetracked. I start going after other stuff. I only have so much hobby dollars set aside. And yes, it's not a lot, but you hit the, I had to get the Ryan rookie. I had to get the Ryan 1970. I had to get, the Seaver rookie. I had to get, now I have a strawberry graded, but I want one that's in raw to put in my book. I do have the Doc Gooden, but it's not expensive, but I'm running it and I'm buying all these 20-cent cards, and all of a sudden, I got to get a Gooden, and it's like $40 to put in my book. And so I'm trying to find one maybe that's a little bit, but it's not one you run into at shows and stuff. So I'll probably just have to buy a $40 one. But yeah, that's been a lot of fun doing that. And I need a lot of 90s. 90s I was still collecting, but nowhere near I was in the 80s and 2000s. So I need a lot of those. Let's see, what other sets? Oh, we know this one. Been having a lot. The old Batman Black Bat, 1966. Man, love doing this. Yeah, this is a 1.5. This is the number one. And even at a 1.5, it goes for all right money. I hate to say really good, because to me it's really good. But the other people that watch this are like, and so I have to really preface what I say. And this one here, I've been working on this one right here. And I've already told y'all I got this in 3 different sizes, or 3 different ways. I got to get in touch with them to figure that out. So there, I've been having a lot of fun this year. And what I want to really talk about, I know this has been a long video. Thank you for hanging in with me. My Rolodex has really grown this year. To have the respect and friendships of my peers in this has been awesome. I don't have the subs as a lot of these other guys, but man, to have those other guys watch me and we all talk, and I watch them. They give me a lot of advice. Subs, everybody wants subs. They say they don't care. I don't care when it comes to it, but it's always nice to know. It's always a good ego stroke when you see subs. And this last month, probably, I've grown a little bit. And I want to say welcome to all my new subs. I try to watch as much as I can. I just don't comment as much as I should. And that's shame on me, but a lot of times I watch or have them on when I'm driving or at work or getting ready to go to work. I don't sit down and just watch videos. A lot of time I'm usually doing other things, cooking dinner. But I need to really do that. And I just want to give a big thank you to everybody, that watches, comments, that I talk to at all, or, just the ones that watch and don't comment. I appreciate all of y'all. You come up and speak to me and everything. It's not just about me, it's about you. I'm honestly curious on how you hobby, because that tells me a lot about who you are. And then I like to get to know you. that's what I'm saying. My Rolodex this year, I have a lot of people I could reach out to, uh, and I will be. New year, let's get it going. Next week, let's see. Sunday night, I won't be on. I'll be at my dad's, and I'll be at my mom's all day, and then I'm going to end up at my dad's late Christmas night, and we'll stay there. And I just want to chill with my dad. And then I'm going to come home Monday, and then I'll do one Monday night. So this week, Monday night live, and then the rest of the week's going to be as normal. So fasten your seat belts. If you want to be on or have something you want me to talk about, let me know. Come on. I can drop the link in the chat. However we know. I know if anybody wants to know a little update on Nats Man, he's doing okay. He'll have his procedures as of right now, early next year. And he's on medication, and that medication makes him feel good. I mean, it makes him not hurt, but it's helping him get ready for the procedure. But I think it does some other things to him. But he's still Nats Man. I can tell you all that. So maybe we can get him to drop in Monday night. Until next time, like, share, tell a friend, sub if you haven't. Doesn't cost you anything. And I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. See ya.